You ever have one of those moments where you feel like there's a glitch in the matrix? Where our best ideas about how the world is supposed to work just seem to break when they come up against actual reality? Well, today we're diving headfirst into those exact glitches. We're talking about the strange paradoxes and the weird infinities that pop up when our knowledge of reality clashes with reality itself. Okay, so let's jump right in with an ancient riddle that honestly can still break your brain if you think about it too hard. Imagine you want to walk to a wall. Simple enough, right? Well, to get there, you've got to get halfway there first. And to get halfway, you have to get a quarter of the way, and an eighth, and a 16th, and so on. If you keep slicing that distance, you're looking at a literally infinite number of steps you have to take. So, how does anyone ever get anywhere? And that, right there, is Zeno's dichotomy paradox. But this isn't just some dusty old thought experiment. No, it's so much more. It points to a really fundamental conflict in the way we think about the world. It's kind of like the first error message, a sign that there's a serious bug in the operating system we use for reality. And once you start looking, you see these glitches popping up all over the place. In philosophy, right, we get tangled up in infinite regressions, always asking, well, what caused the first cause? In physics, our own theories predict singularities, these bizarre points of infinite density inside black holes. They all point to the same nagging question. Is reality itself broken, or are the tools we're using to measure it just wrong? So, here it is, the heart of the problem. It's this core conflict. See, we live in a finite world, a world of real objects, measurable distances, clocks that tick forward. But the ideas we use to describe it, concepts like infinity, absolute zero, timeless logic, they're boundless, they're limitless. We're essentially trying to jam an infinite set of ideas onto a finite world, and it's no wonder we keep getting these paradoxes. But what if we've been looking at this all wrong? There's a framework called finite infinity, and it offers this really radical but beautiful solution. It says paradoxes don't actually exist out there in the real world. Nope. They are simply signals, error messages telling us that our map of reality is incomplete, or maybe we're just reading it wrong. And this framework gives us a new way to organize everything. Think of it like a 4-level hierarchy. It starts with the unshakable ground truth of reality at the bottom and goes all the way up to the totally unbounded world of imagination at the top. This structure, this is the key to fixing all those glitches. So at the very bottom, we have reality. This is the territory. It's the non-negotiable stuff. It is what it is, and it's always consistent with itself. It's fundamentally finite. In reality, when you fire an arrow at a target, it hits the target. End of story. There are no paradoxes here. Okay, one level up from that, you've got physics. Now, this is our best scientific map of that territory. But that's the key word. It's just a map. And if your map predicts something totally impossible, like a point of infinite density, that doesn't mean reality is broken. It means your map is wrong. Time to draw a better one. And what language do we use to draw our map? That would be mathematics. And math is this incredible, limitless, abstract toolbox. With math, we can perfectly describe infinity, or 0, or 10 dimensions, anything we can possibly dream up, whether it actually exists in the real world or not. It's the ultimate tool, but it is not the territory itself. And then at the very top of the stack, we have concepts. This is the boundless world of the human mind itself. This is where imagination and pure abstraction live. It's the ultimate source, the creative engine where all of these incredible ideas, including the very language of math, are born in the first place. All right, so we've got this fantastic new 4-level map, but does it actually do anything? Let's find out. Let's take it and apply it directly back to Zeno's paradox and just watch that glitch completely dissolve. You see, Zeno's mistake was actually pretty simple, but it was profound. He took a limitless idea from the world of mathematics, the idea that you can divide a line infinitely, and he tried to apply it directly to the finite world of reality. He confused the map with the territory. That was the fundamental error. And check this out. This is what's so cool. When you use this framework, the paradox just vanishes at every single level. In reality, we just see things move. The arrow hits the target. Done. In physics, our equations work just fine with finite numbers. And you know what's funny? Even in pure mathematics, that infinite series actually adds up to a finite number, 1. So the only place the paradox ever really existed was as a flawed concept in someone's mind. But look, This framework is for so much more than just solving ancient brain teasers. When you start applying this way of thinking to the entire universe, it paints this absolutely stunning new picture of the cosmos and, amazingly, our place in it. In this model, the universe is what you'd call a finite infinity. It's a whole system that's stretched between two fundamental poles. On one end, you have the lower pole, a beginning of pure, silent potential, and on the other, an upper pole of pure, realized meaning. So, the universe begins at this lower pole. It's a state of perfect physical order. You might know it as absolute zero. Physicists call it physical zero entropy. It's basically all the rules and all the possibilities for our entire universe existing as this perfectly organized, unexpressed seed. And what follows is this grand cosmic symmetry. The universe's entire journey is about turning one kind of perfect order into another. See, it starts as this pure physical potential. Then physical processes unfold, creating complexity and a lot of disorder. But then something amazing happens. Consciousness arises. And consciousness does the exact opposite. It takes all that messy, chaotic data from reality and it organizes it into a beautiful network of pure, ordered meaning. The engine that drives this incredible transformation from chaos to meaning is consciousness itself, and it does it through a process called conciseness. This is our amazing, unique ability to look at the infinite complexity of the world and compress it, distill it into elegant, meaningful, and finite concepts, ideas like justice, or love, or mercy. So, and this is the really big takeaway, in this model, humanity isn't just some random cosmic accident. We are an essential bridge. We are the method the universe came up with to take itself from a state of silent, unexpressed potential to a state of fully understood meaning. Our ability to understand is literally the universe understanding itself. And that leaves us with one final, pretty profound thought. If every paradox, every singularity, every glitch we run into isn't a flaw in reality, but just a signpost, a little note telling us your map is incomplete right here, then what incredible new maps of reality are we on the verge of drawing right now?